I just saw today on ESPN.com that you're on the watch list for the Remington Award.
Yes, sir.
Can you just talk a little bit about that? How that what that's like for you?
I mean, it's an extremely big honor. Anytime you get it, you are up for any type of an award, it's a big honor. But this one specifically, that it's only my position and it's nationwide. That's definitely something that's very humbling. It's really surreal to me, I guess. I didn't see it coming at all. I remember I think it was my mom, called me up or texted me one day and said, "So what's up with this award you're up for?" And I had no idea what she was even talking about. And so I got on the internet and checked it out and had to do the all-time most vain things I guess you can do, and I had to Google my own name and try to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I saw that I was on the watch list. I mean, there's I think 5 or 6 of us from the Big 12 on it, but I mean, it was a very humbling, very proud moment for me. But at the same time, it was kind of a motivating factor for me too.
Right. So yeah, talk a little bit about that. How's that motivated you coming into this season to maybe play a little bit harder or whatever?
It's motivated me to kind of open my eyes to see, like, this is the kind of season I can potentially have, or this is the type of season I should have this year. To be on that status to where, all conference type status and being, one of the premier centers in the country. And so, it's definitely pushed me that every day I go out there, anytime, things start getting tough or I start getting hard looks from the defense or things like that, and I'm trying to make my calls and sort things out. It makes me do it or pay really close attention to it and know that I have to get it right, because that's how the best centers do it. And so it helps me hold myself to a higher standard.
And this comes, I believe, was it last season that you moved to center?
Yes.
I,
I started the first game against UMass as a guard, and then the last 11 games as center.
Can you talk a little bit about that transition? How that's been moving from the guard position to the center position?
Um, I've been flip-flopped back and forth kind of all last spring when Snyder got here, and then throughout camp. So the transition wasn't too terribly bad because I learned the system starting as a center when Snyder first got here. So being able to switch over a week into the season wasn't too big. The only I guess transition that had to be made was that I had to really study a lot harder and know my job cold, because now I was the guy rather than I could potentially be the guy. Now I am the guy.
All right. And then you came in under Ron Prince. You redshirted 1 year under Ron Prince. What has
Yep.
been the difference between Ron Prince and Bill Snyder?
It seems like it's a much tighter ship. This is, like when you walk into this building, you take off your hat, you take out your earrings, kind of thing, and it's just it's a lot more disciplined, a lot tighter. There was the practices are longer. It's really completely different. It's night and day, and it feels really good though. You know exactly what you're up against every day. I mean, it's very consistent. There's not that under the old staff. It kind of seemed like when you'd come in, some days there would be like you didn't know what to expect, or you were kind of always on your toes. But now it's like you come in, you're very comfortable. You know what your job is. You come in, and it's time to go to work.
All right. And then when you came out of high school, you went to Butler Community College. What?
hmm
How? I mean, right now, your senior year going in, you're up for the Remington Award. How in the past 4 years has kind of your life changed coming from Hillsborough High School, going through the JUCO ranks, winning a championship, all the way to K State?
It's been a wild ride. It's hard to believe it's only been 5 years. It's been the craziest ride you can think of, and there's been so many peaks and valleys. It's amazing. Um, I know going to Butler and being a backup, it was a big time learning experience. So, I mean, that had its ups and downs. And then suddenly going into my first spring there, I talked to my first D1 coach, and it was so surreal because I'd never got that opportunity in high school, but I always wanted that opportunity. And so from there, everything went so fast to where suddenly I'm starting on Butler's O-line, and we're winning games. We just kept winning games and getting moved up in national rankings. And that was such a good feeling. And then suddenly you get calls from D1 coaches, and it was kind of one of those things that when I was in high school and growing up and everything, I always dreamt about it. And then as it started to happen, and it was so fast, I never had a chance to kind of sit back and kind of relish the moment or enjoy it. Really, I mean, it's happened so fast, and I can't believe that I'm getting ready to start my first game of the season. So it's been crazy, and it's been a fun ride. Can't say I have any regrets for the things that I've done. I mean, it's been a big learning experience. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, and then Daniel Thomas, can you talk about kind of what it's like blocking for someone as talented as him?
Daniel, blocking for a guy like him, I mean, I kind of joke sometimes, he makes your job easy as an offensive lineman. All you got to do is cover your guy up, and he makes the cut, and he makes you right. He can make you look great, and so, but playing with a guy that is as talented as he is, it pushes you to play your optimum level and pushes you to play better than maybe what you think you can or what you expect from yourself.
And then your first game of the season's coming up. You're playing UCLA this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Kind of what are your guys' goals going in the season, and how do you see this season kind of playing out?
For sure our goals are to win. Our goals are to be a much improved football team from last year. And I feel like that's exactly what we are right now. Is we're playing way better football than we did all year last year, and I think this first game is going to kind of give us an opportunity to put that on the field and show what we can do or what kind of a season it's going to be. We're getting ready to set the tone. Our biggest goal right now, though, is just to go 1-0. I mean, that's all Coach Snyder asked of us is go out there and be better today than you were yesterday and be better tomorrow than you were today. And so right now our biggest goal right now is we want to go 1-0.
All right. And then you've had Lucas Ham along with you the whole time through Butler at K-State. What's it been like having just a hometown guy with you there?
It's been a lot of fun. That's one thing that I don't think you could ever duplicate is that with a guy like Luke that, we grew up together and we've always kind of played sports together. And so I can definitely say like he and I have really kind of grown close, especially this last year. He and I, we talk all the time. We always joke about, the old days and things like that. And I remember the first time he and I were on the same field here at K-State together. I had to stop him, and I was like, "Hey, Luke, remember we used to play ball at the elementary school football field and things like that." It's been a lot of fun being able to play with a guy here that you get to play with in high school.
All right, and then this last question I got. You're coming out of the tunnel there at a Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Can you kind of describe the feeling that you have? Has it changed from when you first did it? Just kind of go through the thought process there.
Man, that feeling, it's extremely hard to verbalize that. It's absolutely amazing. The feeling, it takes the breath out of your chest. Like you just feel absolute pressure on your chest. Like it's such a proud feeling. It's exciting. You feel you get nervous. You almost get angry then because you're getting ready to play football and that's the emotion you're supposed to have. So you get all in like a matter of 10 seconds. You feel about every emotion possible. And finally, as I get going, there's always one or two tears that comes down my cheeks just because I'm just extremely kind of humbled by where I've come from and how far it's been.